going on, chat, man? We are back, and today we are reacting to the top 10 finals MVPs of all time. Chat, this was highly anticipated and highly recommended. So with that being said, we gotta get straight into the video. If you guys are new to my channel and enjoy this type of content, hit that subscribe button, man, join the crew. But hey, let's get straight to it, bro. I'm excited for this, man. Who you think's gonna be number one, though? Like, keep it real. Is it gonna be Jordan? Let me know, man. Get it!
What were the top 10 greatest finals MVP performances in NBA history? Well, this list is somewhat subjective, but I think I've put together a pretty solid one. First, let me establish a couple details about this list. The Finals MVP award was introduced to the league in 1969, which unfortunately means that a Wilt Chamberlain performance and all of Bill Russell's performances will not be considered for the list. Yeah, it's lame, but I want to stick to the official MVP awards. And if you would like to see these legends get some love, there's plenty of other videos that do that on this channel. Also consider the fact that these are the greatest finals performances from the greatest players of all time. So just because a specific performance doesn't make the top
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Kobe was a finals MVP before, right, chat? Sheesh.
10 list doesn't mean that I didn't think it was great, or even that I didn't think it was amazing. It just means that the bar is set absurdly high. So with that being said, here is my list of honorable mentions. Got it? Great.
Yup.
Now that you're all foaming at the mouth, let's get started. Number 10, Magic Johnson in 1987.
Damn, they got Magic at 10? Yeah, this list is gonna be absolutely competitive, bro. If Magic's at 10.
The 1987 Finals was the third and final matchup of that decade between the Lakers and Celtics. Offensively, Magic dominated the series in as many ways as possible, as it was one of the strongest dual-threat series that the league has ever seen, in terms of scoring and facilitating. He was also absurdly efficient, as he shot 54.1% from the field and 96% from the free throw line.
Dang, he's playing this nice just to not be like in the top 5. Wait, can the same player be picked like twice? Or this list is just straight off of just that one player and that one player alone? Let me know, because that's a good question, actually. We gonna see, matter of fact.
On the series, he put up 26.2 points, 13 assists, 8 rebounds, and 2.3 steals. Despite the pass-first tendencies, he actually led all players in scoring.
Bro, he had 26. This is a different Magic, bro.
The 6 games that series. He also had the game-winning baby hook shot in the crucial 4th game in Boston Garden. Magic ultimately led his Lakers to win the series in 6 games, and it was such a dominant performance that even Larry Bird basically conceded that Magic Johnson was the best player in the game at that point. Number 9, Shaquille O'Neal in 2002. It was the 3rd championship of the Shaq and Kobe three-peat, and New Jersey basically never had much hope. And
bro,
the biggest reason
oh my
for
god, he looks like he's freaking bullying the whole team, bro. Oh my god.
That was the fact that they had absolutely no answer for the Diesel, as he dominated with 36.3 points, 12.3 rebounds.
He won. Yo, he had 36 points and he's in the top 8. He's not even in the top 5. Oh my gosh.
3.8 assists and 2.8 blocks on 59.5% shooting. As a result of his power and presence in the paint, all of New Jersey's bigs were consistently in foul trouble. And to top it off, Shaq hit 45 of his 68 free throw attempts during the series, which is 66.2%. That's certainly not elite, but by Shaquille O'Neal standards, that's incredible. His 145 points over the course of the series is the most points ever scored in an NBA Finals sweep. Number 8, Michael Jordan in 1991. This was a highly anticipated matchup between Magic and Michael, the Los Angeles Lakers and the Chicago Bulls. The Lakers took the first game, but after that point, Jordan began to take control, and the Bulls never looked back, winning the next 4 games straight. At one crucial stretch during Game 2, Jordan hit 13 straight field goals without a miss, and finished the game with
14 straight field goals without a miss. I ain't gonna lie, bro. He's moving like a dog. Like, he's dead moving like a dog. Like, ooh, 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 ooh. You feel me? Like, he moving crazy.
13-7 on a ridiculous 83% shooting. On the series as a whole, he averaged 31.2 points, 11.4 assists, 6.6 rebounds, 2.8 steals, and 1.4 blocks on 55.8% shooting.
Okay.
What's incredible is how he destroyed the competition at different points with his scoring and then with his facilitating, as Jordan averaged only one less assist than Magic did over that series, while being more efficient and while outscoring him by nearly 13 points per game. It's worth mentioning that Jordan also hit the most important shot of the series, where he made this game-tying basket which forced overtime in Game 3, where they eventually prevailed. Number 7, Hakeem Olajuwon in 1995.
Yo, Hakeem is better than the Shaq, Jordan, and Magic. Oh, yo, Hakeem had to be playing out of his mind, bro. Shaq looks like he's sad as hell right here, bro. Dead ass. Like, chat, he dead looks like he accepted defeat in this picture, bro.
What was expected to be a colossal matchup with Shaquille O'Neal and the Orlando Magic, Hakeem proved why he was the best and most skilled big man in the sport, as he had a tremendous impact in almost every aspect of the game. On the series, he put up 32.8 points, 11.5.
Oh! He had 32 points and 11 rebounds. Oh my god. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I like Hakeem a lot, bro. Like, I do, man.
5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks on 48.3% shooting. The Dream led his Rockets to sweep the Orlando Magic, as he led all players in scoring in each of the 4 games.
Okay.
Considering the fact that they were only the 6th seed, this was one of the more improbable champions in NBA history. But it also speaks volumes about Olajuwon's clutch gene in the postseason.
So they weren't supposed to win, but they won, basically.
Number 6, Nikola Jokic in 2023.
Yo, nah, bro. I seen this Nikola Jokic. You're telling me that he was one of the best MVPs ever? Of all time? Yo, I was watching this. Bro, that means I wasn't really paying attention to what greatness was. Hold on, I need to see what he's gonna say.
At this point in time, the Joker was at the absolute peak of his powers, and the Miami Heat across from him were the greatest victims of his wrath. It didn't matter that Miami had a top 5 DPOY finalist in Bam Adebayo. Jokic still did what he wanted when he wanted, as he averaged 30.2 points, 14 rebounds, 7.2 assists, and 1.4 blocks on 58.3% shooting. He also shot a stellar 42.1% from three-point range. The craziest part about all of this was how Jokic was uncharacteristically elite on defense, as he had the best defensive rating of any player that series, while also leading all players in blocked shots. His impact for his team's success cannot be overstated, and no game sums that up better than the championship.
He just came out to ball, bro. You gotta respect it, man. He came out to hoop.
Clinching 5th game, where he had 28 points and 16 rebounds while shooting a remarkable 75% from the field. The rest of his Nuggets teammates only shot 38.2% from the field in that contest. When you look at it that way, you can't help but appreciate the overwhelming value of this superstar player. Number 5, Tim Duncan in 2003. It was a finals matchup between Tim Duncan's Spurs and the New Jersey Nets. Many people didn't witness this remarkable performance, as the 2003 championship was one of the least viewed NBA finals of league history. But those who did see it fortunately got to see the great Tim Duncan at his very best. In this series, he put up an unreal 24.2 points, 17 rebounds, 5.3.
Hold on, bro. Is that 17 rebounds? Dude, bro, I swear to you, whoever was like actually guarding him could not get a rebound for their life. Why does he almost have 20 rebounds, bro? This seems like some 2K numbers, bro. What the hell?
Assists and 5.3 blocks on 49.5% shooting. The Nets had no answer for him anywhere on the court, as he started off the series in game 1.
Dang, New Jersey just kept taking L's.
With 32 points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists, and 7 blocks in a 12-point victory. But the way he closed out the series was arguably even more impressive. In the championship-clinching 6th game, he had 21 points, 20 rebounds, 10 assists, and 8 blocks. But there's
What?
actually some controversy tied to this game, and some people believe that 2 more blocked shots should have been credited to Duncan. Only 4 players in history have ever officially achieved the quadruple-double, and no one has done it in the playoffs. And yet Tim Duncan nearly did it on the game's biggest stage and in the final game of the season. That's legendary stuff.
Bro, I never heard him do that. Like, I never heard of that game ever, bro. Wow, okay.
Ask me. Number 4, Shaquille O'Neal in 2001. It was the second of the Lakers' 3 straight championships, and Shaq was his usual dominant self on both ends of the court. He absolutely destroyed the Philadelphia Bigs with 33 points, 15.8 rebounds, 4.8 assists, and 3.4 blocks on 57.3% shooting. Shaq bullying the opponent in the paint and putting up these numbers over a 5-game series.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. Shaq's like the only NBA player that it looks like it hurts to play against him, bro. Like, it feels like you genuinely are gonna get beat up while playing against him for some way. Like, he's so big, bro. Imagine the guy dunks on you, bro. You genuinely are gonna fall and fly on the ground, bro. Like, that's literally what's gonna happen. That's the outcome, bro.
It's impressive enough as it is. But what makes it even more astonishing is how he did this against that season's Defensive Player of the Year,
Damn,
Dikembe Mutombo.
Dikembe Mutombo was the Defensive Player of the Year. You doing that? Man, RIP to Dikembe Mutombo, bro. I used to mess with Dikembe Mutombo on 2K17 because my older cousin put me on to Dikembe Mutombo. No. So I automatically remembered when I was reacting to, you know, Jordan content and everything, Dikembe Mutombo, bro. Because it's just easy to, like, remember his name and everything, man.
And he was still unstoppable and wasn't even contained in the slightest. On the other end, the 76ers were struggling to score in the paint, as Shaq's contested shots and his 3.4 blocks was his personal best in the finals. Number 3, LeBron James in 2016.
This 2016 finals, I was watching this. This one changed my life, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
To overstate how incredible this performance was for James. A comeback from a 3-1 deficit, making one of the most iconic defensive plays of all time in the closing moments, to defeat the greatest regular season team ever, the 73-9 Warriors, while delivering the first and only championship in Cleveland Cavaliers history. Over the course of that 7-game series, he put up 29.7 points, 11.3 rebounds, 8.9 assists, 2.6 steals, and 2.3 blocks on 49.4% shooting. This is the only time in NBA Finals history where a player has led both teams in all 5 major stat categories. Offensively, defensively, and in the clutch situations, this was a legacy-defining moment for LeBron. Number 2, Michael Jordan in 1993.
Of course, bro. Of course it's gonna be Jordan. You know, Chad, you know it's gonna be Jordan.
It was a matchup with Charles Barkley and the Phoenix Suns, where the Bulls secured their 3rd straight championship in 6 games, and Jordan was arguably never better than he was in these finals. To his credit, Barkley had an incredible series of his own, but it hardly mattered.
So Jordan played at his prime, like, basketball bestness. You know what I'm saying? That's not a word, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, his prime basketball, you know, like, that's like his best. Like, that's his best basketball in that series. Let me know.
Because Jordan was simply on another level. On the series, he put up 41 points, 8.5 rebounds, 6.3 assists, and 1.7 steals on 50.8% shooting. He led all 6 games in scoring. He scored at least 40 points in 4 straight games, including a 55-point performance in a close Game 4 victory. And his 41 points per game is the highest single series average in finals history. Dan Marley of the Phoenix Suns was a strong 6'6" wing, who was on the NBA's second all-defense team that season, which makes him the league's second best defender at his position. But the reality is, Michael made him look like a bad defender because of how brutally he dominated him. If Jordan has just a pretty good series, then it's likely that the Bulls lose in these finals. But because he had what some consider the greatest finals performance of all time, Chicago was able to close it out in 6 games. Number 1, Shaquille O'Neal in 2000.
Shaq's the best? We gotta hear about this, okay.
Every once in a while, I go back and I watch this series, and it leaves me in awe every time, especially the first 2 games. In my opinion, no player has ever had a greater impact and influence on a final series than Shaq did in 2000. Over the 6
Bro,
games,
I
he
swear to you, he genuinely looks like he can't be stopped in that paint, bro. Like, you know how Wemby's that tall, chat? Wemby does not look like he's this dominant doing the paint, bro. This guy looks like he's Hulk, bro.
averaged 38 points, 16.7 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 2.7 blocks on 61.1% shooting. He led all 6 games in scoring. He led 5 out of 6 games in rebounding, and he led 5 out of 6 games in blocked shots. The Lakers' game plan was obvious heading into the series, as they ran the offense almost completely through Shaq. And yet Indiana still couldn't slow him down, despite the fact that they knew that information, and regardless of the fact of Rick Smits being several inches taller. He controlled the
Bro,
momentum
he
of the
was
game.
taller than Shaq and couldn't stop him? You gotta hit the weight room then, bro. Because that's embarrassing, bro. You taller than Shaq and couldn't stop him, bro. You had him averaging around like 30. Nah. Man, hell nah. You gotta hit the weight room then, bro.
Its tempo, its physicality, and even the spirits of the opponent, as Indiana appeared demoralized at times during the opening games of Shaq's 40-point and 20-rebound performances. Between the 12 Pacers on the roster, they had a total of 159 personal fouls over the course of the 6 games. And of the 5 players who spent time guarding Shaq, they counted for 102 of those fouls. As a result, Shaq completely disrupted their rotations, as there was almost no aspect where his impact couldn't be seen on the court. Kobe had his iconic moment in Game 4, where he sealed the game after Shaq fouled out. But other than that instance, Kobe had a rough series, averaging only 15 points on 36
Kobe had a rough series? Kobe. Okay.
7% shooting. The biggest help that Shaq had was all the shooters he freed up by drawing the extra attention, by having the defense collapse upon him. So in a sense, Shaq even deserves some credit for their success as well. When you consider production and overall positive impact on the game, 2000 Shaq is my choice for the greatest finals MVP of all time. Did I leave
Bro,
someone
Shaq
off
just looks like a freaking Hulk monster on that court, bro. He just looks like he's just gonna destroy you, bro. Genuinely, bro.
the list who needed to be on it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below.
Chat, man, I ain't gonna lie. Let me know down below if you guys agree with this. I don't really I don't have too much disagreements, bro. Everything had a reason for it, bro. But you know that Shaq is different. I wasn't expecting Shaq to be #1. He was on that list 3 times, bro. That's how you know he's that dominant, bro. But you know, chat, this is the end of the video, man. So make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and recommend me some more bangers, man. Cause hey, this was an absolute banger. But hey, that being said, I'll catch y'all next time, yes sir.